I am the biggest, I am the largest, I am the greatest, I am the highest, I am the tallest African spiritual platform. I am the mother of our spiritual platform. I welcome you, my people. I'm always your queen. Hadasha, call me Empress Makida. I am Labraska, the sun goddess, the spear of destiny, the woman of peace, the true bloodline. Midin Dorso, eche ya tanfu. Midin Dorso chen Ghana tanfu. Na che se Dorso ye, cause everywhere ye mia ya che mfimfini, and omo pressing ye edeko. I love you guys with lots of love. Love and hate is another episode. I welcome you people. Today we have one of our brothers here who is going to talk to us about why we are here. I think everybody wants to know why he or she is here. Now, what is here and why are you here? Here is what we are going to discuss. Let's welcome our guest for today. Papa, we welcome you to Revelations.
Thank you.
Great. Today is your first time on this bigger platform, so please kindly pay obeisance to the followers and the subscribers and introduce yourself to us.
Okay, first of all, I greet everyone that has been watching this program from the beginning to now, and the many more that are yet to join. We wish you welcome, and we hope that the things that you are searching for, this platform will be able to allow you to find them. My name is Nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO. I am a teacher, a diviner, and a helper. Thank you.
A diviner and a helper. Who help you?
Meboa.
Oboa hwan?
Wa oba oparisunya mecherew. Meboa. Obo shwa sima. O say,
e mo akwa banza.
Yes, madam.
Oboa nipa.
Pato e.
E wo kwan benso.
Obi hwe bibi. Na so bi bo no hu a eyemwa. Obi nti bibi ase. Na so bi bo na so ti ase a eyemwa. Aha.
Matias ntu bo hwan mo.
Obi a ohian bibi. Aha, obi a ohwen bibi. Obi osua bibi.
But the individual na fraternity and a group of people na busunya, like I want to know the limit of your emwa.
Oh, I will be any exclusive somebody or some group. Any exclusive. It is open. But
Jadian why aboa Ghana.
Oh, Ghana dey no come on ebedi.
Yendi we are interested.
Ayo. Say ka Ghana na ye ka den. Ye patch den. Hwana mo. As your Ghana and as any Ghana. I said in kind, ya kwaswe bia won wi no as na training sign mete. Say hu kwan ya for the bond power ye ntumi sign.
Mayehu ne pesi esane.
Oh, why in Ghana nde na mini ho. Nti ye ma pede ye hu no. Ore ye ko. Hwana no wo in Ghana. Impefu bi no be Ghana. Den wo de kire. Den wo ginesi. Den wo hwehwe efi Ghana. Den ya pam na wo kwai ma oman no asase no. Aso nkofuku nya betutum de opre wo your Michael anana amane doso na wo ka won nya fom ko de tintina e mo Michael mi di de nkofu be wa ba ha achechirem hawa abrofo be papai ebi mem dem abeni na ekodun Ghana se yesha ye onfantefo ye onkranfo dem nkofu nya na obi ya oman ya ode ne ho nti e ka dem nkofu nya abom na se ye tichire bi wa na ho sem ka no e doso obi be ka de Ghana ne nyame wo he aso Ghana wanyame and afi na ekope bi area man.
That's some now can I won't answer the question, so we want to learn from you. So please come down and tell us. Some paying for way no mo chechere Ghana say. And anka Ghana nken say ye enkranfo ne se be before ne infantefo mafra because enkranfo your mind and infantefo your mind. Ye na what wo kire yan ade no because wunim ana wunim.
And say eyen by the brinko we dey by the way.
By the way, share
your topic and
probably any we ask you nipa obeka so sing Ghana asem. Nti odi to me kire eno a we don't mind the time. We want to know since you know ana unim.
But okay, me make a phone.
Unim ana unim.
Me make a phone.
Unim ana unim.
Me make a phone.
Unim ana say unim.
Say anu yin nya dade a na yanku yenim.
But unim ana unim.
Na me ka say anu yin nya dade a e beko yenim.
Me pese me hu say unim a na ye jai. Na ne ye hu say ye hu wa hanom say Nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO onim nkrofo a chechere Ghana onim Ghana abakwasem no oka bi keke ne ye twa so se nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO ana ODZEFO so nim so a on kan kire ne manfo na ne manfo hu because oye kire ebua nipa emwa bie ni wiase ebrom wo ade beboa Ghana so nti se wonnim di a ye nhye nipa wa ha se wonnim nso a pa wo che ofa ye fem
meminya no sei ansa na botu anamon akwachi ade no ede obisa se bisa ne mfa ho a ye ndome su konkom esa na ne mu nsem no wa hatado aso no kwan da ho de beka wasem ansa ne kwan da ho se beka wasem ye mpere ye pre ye ho kopu mampame mika na ye kopem nta meka de se na ade tsene ye Ghana ne nwi ho a ka ye bo ye ho dem kwan do ye be kan ba so meka wotum kwan se yanti ase dem na ye pre ho de ye kire kyensem a be bisa asem na no yin embai e be ne den
nti chese wonnim anka wonnim dia anka me bisa wo na ade ho me pese meka asema to so nti sa wo ka se wonnim a sabi se nya bibia na obi nim nti wo se wonnim dia na ye movie on
ntam se yantu aso
wo ka sa wo yi ma no
me yiwa no
eni se
yantu aso
wonnim ana wonnim
se ye ba ha de ye beka Ghana na nchechere ho asema e woni ponko
me nka se ye beka eno me bisa simple question wonnim ana wonnim
nam se yantu aso
is this an answer abusia me and my brother nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO
sir
wonnim ana wonnim
yantu aso
ano ya answer man ka say ye engineer na ye nko no aka chem se ye nto waso e kwa o mo fa so kekere Ghana wo ho nimdie ana wonni ho nimdie
ya mbare beka de masem no
which one is that
question bi se me ya
well so one basa obeka sa obetumi aka say minim ba me nka minim eno so ya another thing so wonnim ana wonnim that's the question platform we dey uyi asema no ba me di share wase wonnim ana wonnim
nam se yantu aso baba yes yasem baba edin
enya de
yasem so
na we wona wo ma asem na yedin we simple question nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO Ghana kwan o mo fa so kikiri kuro no wonnim ana wonnim
nam se yantu aso
you are watching the biggest and the largest on this platform nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO has decided not to answer questions and no jitum
that is very presumptuous
so wonnim Ghana asem na wonnim
nam se yantu aso why dey what you aso
you are watching the biggest and the largest yetu aso akwaye nti so ne krakra ne se wonnim die mu ne unyansa mu no na yentumi mfa sa emfraframan te se nkranfo ne mfantefo nka yentumi mfa omu mbomu nkekere omama ne nye yi ana
mentumi nka se nka yentum na senke be ya nka ne kwan wo mentumi nka se yentum but be ya ne
ye betumi aye but nka ne kwan wo ye de fa so hunhum mu afam am I correct
yes
but say yenye ne sa na yen fanfa hunhum afam no say obibini bi anaga ni bi hwe yenya obetumi aye should the person be convinced in his spirit or in his mind say Ga Ewe Fantis Ashantis we should understand that we are not one nation ye waha but ye person ye no one nation ye betumi aye but originally ye nya one nation ana
say nya yim the original nya one nation
okay
nya nim answer na 77 peduasa oboyin bodu ha offer baby Gold Coast territory na do no na enne dem na yete sabe na obi ade no ho oman bia wa kwanya foda obunu man wona mbra wona sede wona mande wona kusum oye de boa na manfo sabe peduasa answer na yebodu han na obi tiare da wo na obi tiare da answer na yebodu han na obi tiare da the money pa na obekire kwanya foda 77 peduasa ogunsa oyi apai okasa wosihin nti dem ye menya no so yentum en follow them principles na ye tia na wonom sem kan ho men kada Ghana sabi wan fadam kwan no wotetere na men kada wo fadam kwan no wotetere esa na dem komo na msi e ba de yebedi but bibia no kwan ho sabi obaya ontumi wumpo otum kosre pe kwan wo ba esa bia na ko ba wiasem no wan bara bo wo maso ko wotum kan say
na de na ye pese yeti ase eni se yenye oman baako na ye betumi so aye na ayo oman baako nti no said the na yenye hu ni se we ye tribal this tribe wo ye tribes na ekeka ehu bom ye oman no actually na enye tribe na ye oman
yes and now we make say tribal states eyo oman a one ye se ekobenkro nti efa fantefo a sebi wakasa no ese wanti ase ese wa abakosem se woti me po wadatin ese wo okwan for da wo se hen wo wompindi dam ye menya na yade kro nti se so fantefo de eso nkranfo de eso igbefo de a oman kunma se omnan bona nsonson bi ede ne ho adi biboko bia ena ya careful a bimi ba de obubi mu enimtia o amane ho yenti ase yenti so ebisi ne a kirem yentum kirem ni sabi obi se white obi se black obi se brown wan no botuma ka kire obi de ne de papa coach amansa ne fenfem yenson o da sen wan na obedina bebi akakan yentum kan so obi a wo kwan a onam de bodu ha ade de bodu ha ne senti de bodu ha na ne se ya okitan insenke be ka boma na bio obi o twa dem sana ne fa ne Ghana enya wo ye yenti no sabi pedo asa o twa yo ono no hwema e be boan ne business investment na o twa e te wakota asase a obesi dan asase na so hasen e nso asase ana wotum si abanso so ma so wan hwe na so wusi abanso so a botum da ho aba nti dem samsamin ene me e follow enya Ghana ngution oman bia ngof bi di wo pekọ sedo twa oman to obia no nsem kan wo se wa nsem kan wa aka se won kan ene de agin penfo no bo hu aka
penfo ba no
nyame ho
agi se nyame no be hu aka
nyame so onya ko
anti agi se nyame no be hu aka
agi se nyame no be hu aka nyame no pre wote se ye ka nyame a ejino ma pro time enya de ko eya de bi na ye de bibi ahye so na ye fa ne tam na be nyame na de ma de na sa ehun de onye pe bia oba wiase bia obi ofia obai ene ye topic and nke be kan asem
ye beka nti fe no to
ye wo ahohoma na wo hadada anoda se boto no mpo ye fa asase fandefo ansa na wo fi bi ofi bosoe o mankesima wo tra wasim no na bi mo hodada oman bia bebia nti dam krofon wona woni mi de wa asase ndo na wa kire nyimpa nyimpa do bosua bi obedi ndaka kire bi na wako
wo se wo ba no anka wo beka Ghana asem a anka wo be bisa
mbatonyi
wo be bisa kwan ansa wa beka
dem nyimpa bia won maame won papa the man obi so small de kodini djuma etwade eni dinkita ho ansa na we to 9 nti asemfo na ode kodin djuma nyimdi na nkasa na yobi dia nti ebesere na wa family bi
ansa na ode akwa
bi odaro
aye hwan no
yewo nyame a onye odasanam nyame a okirade oyimdi nyame a oka bakosem na sumoma sem odasan bia owe asem bia no woni nyame a onenam se bidwuma obedi edwuma obeya wiase obeya bia no woyi nyame bi dina ho tadam nyame ona woni bo dam komon an we huma oko nti sebe se ye bade beka Ghana asema ode de dem sren rekoto pen de aso dam komon ya obede kodi ye ho kwan ye mfi eso esusu a woduma kebi ma yeye ana asem no pon me enke bi kura
Matias nipa ne yepese ye hu ni nyame ko no wo de ye na anka obebisa ne permission ansa wa ba na ye hwan ya
na me kire wo de ye wade bia mpenfufa ne erade na etama odi fra ade bi akoko ho onto begum enya de bia na obo ndin obegum nti ye kan erade nyame otwere ampon a etama edi fra bibia entum bodin ana empese bodin e obegum
enti ade ko no ntumi mbodin obegum okay bonidi an ntuma a odi fra no no
erade mame tire ombio
okay
se ye kan erade a ye patche den eye ewura nade ene erade dem ewura nade no afi ye beti ase de ewura nya hwana na ade ben na owo ewura no ye obi a lord master lady oyewura eraba owade bi a odon ho atwere the madam sabi enya dia what in the dem
we rade no ye hona ne din ye den membo ade na ode ahye ha no what I say we rade na okata ade no hu no ne din ye den
ye kan rade ne tamen rade na ngase the word rade no
wo de no ne tam na ye rade
e pere me bo me rade ne din another pere bo tam na that friend no din
say we say we rade ne de untumi mbo ne din
piafo
ba ne ntoma na ode efira no na me se nka bo ne din kire ntoma no
ye bo the word rade a ye tam a de fra bibi Ministries so be won ti ase
wo na won pese obeti ase mi bi sa wo say we rade no ana wa de ko no ne rade de say na enim say Christopher de a omo de afro onye omo de a omo agboru ye fancy here na say ye ko e de I had say oyi OBEGYINA ODZEFO oyi skills on pese obeko straight forward enti ni say won tuma no won body din wo de ya ne tuma ye raze Jesus so ne de ye raze
David on there ebubo Jesus no eye obi ni din na abo esande eyimpa subi a bi mu gide de opo ebebi na won semsem ne kwan obekere won asem ne yebeka nti obi ni Awurade ni Jesus obi ni Nyankopon eni Jesus eni din no mpo say yesu de kakra bo hun de Jesus na kasa mpon ni din a bi mu gide safa ne Yesu Hamasiya nzafa ne Yesu Hamasiya dem that ni din kasa gitan no eni dem din na afei what be baba friend taman nti ebo Awurade a empantire adepoti bi
okay say according to my paper that mean we a divine healer
me a diviner me a healer
diviner and a healer and a teacher. What is your source of power? Ade a wo ye ni nyina wo source ye den.
Oh na me den kan as I say your friend tam kan de Awurade
inti ade na wo de diviner no ade ko a wo consult wo de ye wo source no tam fra no ho ye nim no na the healing is where no so the same ade na wo de ye no so ye nim no the how the teaching is where we just want to know who you are
and I met him there say uba de we Awurade nedwuma Awurade nedwuma na uba be ye Awurade ye ka e say akasa ka o ka kala ka e models bebre some ka some ka o be some say model ben type ben
na me be say na me be say we say we Awurade no type ben lie ben
na me tell say akoko on to begum dem komodin ye dia ye fanya hwe say me ka tell me na me ka tell
say ye di sa nkomo na say me hu say e bi a wo de chale na wo de ye adwuma na wo fre na Awurade a ye fanya hwe who told you that me me be bibi me de ye lot of things
o be fre no o be fre no
you are watching the biggest and the largest okay into say wo hwe Ghana o man ni nyina na wo hwe ye tebea na yesu na ye wo mu na wo hwe enka eden na say ye seek divinity wo ho eden na ka say ye seek healing wo ho eden na ofo say nka ye focus wo so say ye nkyere omanfo ne more that is who you are, that is what you do inti fagana man ni nyina sinsani ani na ka kire yen die ntie say baabi efa ko anka Ghana fo nhwe saa niama miensa we nyina emfa ene mmoa anka di bebre omamu ni nyina
edin kan Ghana de dem ya kese your mind say ya ka Ghana fo dia me make din kan de nko bia do ohwehwe nankasa na ho wanka sanka out one obi an hwehwe na ho so ho a maybe sibia no be yourself but I'm can say what I'm can say first Ghana ni bia nko hwehwe na ho obi oye senti oba ha obeden obepeden neti wade den na kono de den onko hwehwe de made no so ho a de imdi na wenya no afan bone bra metara basa e wode ebu asase sentimi mbu asase a ye di agro asase we yentimi mbu na ye di agro yembu nsu yembu ndua yembu frama yembu ja ye den
ye bundu egu fom de bia
but bi so bi ni den dua na wo bu na wonya abreko so dan ho no
two bedroom na me cho say ye bu
we don't respect dua yembu dua but what me can say dua na ye ko bu na e be se dan no aso dua no e bi ni fie e bi ni dan ananda ya ta sasentin ose duane ko I say respect all aspects of nature but ne kase ne kanya boma ode ebu asase because asase ne so na bibia agina se tumi de made abasan ya Maame Grace me yese de ebe prache ebe brache ebe hwache metwere yeye se oyo man Ghana se ya nkrankro ebusua efie ebe ye pa ebe huntu otete boa no watete o akere ebe hu
nti se we no ye individual affair
o man nanga sansa be your man no na first individual affair o
na submitting me bitam
a individual affair from the beginning in a collection of people and ebusua bebem and o man bebem is a medical culture there e amaman bebe no aka asem nti se in your mind krumpo a yenwie e se ko pro man bia and I share no se ya da ho but assessing the on my own collection no e do so me do se wo pe ho mso pem ho a the mebie no e botumate ye ho ase e be na wo num su e be na me no mensa e bete ye ho ase ye bo ye bra obi na yin kobro obi obi mpire bibi man enye da wo dun won fa nti se nya da ho da ohimpa bodu ewe ase na obi nyansanyi nti se be wa po nyame na odan so na dwen o de se nyama nti Ghana ni bia nko hwe no mem kan brofo every Ghanaian to find him or herself. When you find yourself, become yourself at all cost. And when you become yourself, respect nature. That's all.
Yo, abusia, yeah, quite the topic ni mu direct. Why are we here? And I the topic no. Enti nana, fa yen femu e topic ni.
Ayo. Mpemfo sende, me kwa kope bibi ebedi. Onye me be den nam. O the same bia answer na baba wiase mun. O cry. O tenase. O kwa apam, o konsese. O the same be bodu hano. As soon as a person is born, a person knows everything about him or herself, but do not know so much about the world that we know. The day a person dies, a person will remember everything he has done, but the person will not be able to alter it, because these are two journeys to different places. So what I say here, ogitanen krabia, ogitane sebre, odumankuma, odama odada. Udi wuni, but won't to kasa, won't to cancer awful. Untum kante wona inti na eja nana wodi nkan to anamon na okobisa bfa na waban nase sente waba ade obeye. The information no is to help them guide the child. Enya awuf bia na sede se obese ne ba na bi wodi yan there but one you guide the child for the child to become who or she is supposed to be. Bimba wiase be masem bimba chirodo bimba diewu bimba papa bimba yebon. The greatest threat to humanity is universalism. Do be anfa ha sanda kwan da ha eno na boku nyipa esanda do man kuma na send them. The greatest insult to divinity is by forcing everyone to follow a particular way. Oduman kwa no pen them once send them na on send them obia ketene sente obewi ase so be bona egita odada ekamenkotia se da obohun se obewi ase kwame ahe obewi ase be ma asem no sinketene ye mbasem ye mbasema kopembere amre boso na kofie se bewi ase de embo wal embe for bada the day you find out men for bida name quantum grow sujedi to the day you die and go back home. So be we ase so be nyiska e so pesika ma o kran kse ni jisa ampa ma pesika me be chiska so ba so be di hia so a ma won anso ohiem kopin bra bo wako esande de menyame na ya nsese ya ye din kan ya jatum dada asane be ba ha oyempe biara oyeme ba asa wono ho o wone kra eni so o wona dwen na mind na wone body a na honam so ni kasa body ni kasa adwene nkasa so ni nim apama wo fai honam no ni ho to nim se body ha so ni bese honam ni mu adwene di so neti na body na tekere ho so ne bekasa body na kasa se body ne kasa na recording sin so na obeka na se so kan ida fandem nkoda sen bia no the soul must speak, the mind must follow, then the body follows suit. So if the soul tells you that don't eat this, you shouldn't contend with the body. Demneti. So no nim. Abrana wo fa pam wo dinkra na so no ho. Because the soul is the extension of the source. You run na wa pon no ho bi. You raban na wa pon no ho bi. That benebedi memam. In the sawoko ebisa, then my first no say why you fancy me man as I can meme no. Oh odasenia first 7 days no. Okay bisa. Ko hu obi e waba. Ansa na odne po impa betire wia. Ansa na oboto ne dimpo. Ansa na obeka ye ho. Dentia. It's in the first 7 so no. The 7 days no. It twede awofo na wode ne ba wiase no. Wo hu ade wode na ba. Na wo bo abofra no wode ma kwento no. Se bodu ha na so bia nhwe amawa sabe ete de nsunsuma onam onini okokopima na wasaneti na wapem na wasaneti na wapem na wasaneti. Depending on the maturity and the level of your soul, where the soul begin to speak within the body. Ebeka sa kopembra obi betinenka na wakotune chirikwan. So one tia wakoda bio. The longer you suppress the soul and allow the body to do what it wants, the more frustrated the soul becomes. Many often say, na anya ma wada ya, the soul always waits that it will go back to the source. Because we're disappointed. Them na insanity. Obiya nan krabia ordinam. Obiya niti ordinam. The main krabia ni mono. Na nyamyo onbabo bra. The God, I don't want to use the word. The divinity or the deity that would assist you on your journey will be manifested. When people are not pedi, that me kind or nature wade. You be more they eat everything and they do everything some. They are not repercussions. Obi also in this way they are dibi okodipe asamoto. They are all things that have been built into the soul by the source, and they are things that will assist you in becoming who you are supposed to be. Obi oba wiase na wo kese about two so two na society na wutimi no otwa mpoa so we saadwe wa anwo ba untumi nwo nti epere ho de kopem be ka ho a hono ibetintim odoma nkoma nesa edensen beba ebe wiase de menyi sika na se prede be pesika be fa kwan bi do na pesika odoma nkoma nesa na betintim.
You are watching the biggest and the largest. Inte so no efri he fan eba source no owo he. Na hwan and the crotchery sa niama ni na ma so nse wo ba be wi ade say according to you. Ade bia wo de ba so wo be nti so ya ta yi on wi asa okunkum nipa onkunkum sa because eno na the source no edema no or the baye. Who is the source and why would the source give those assignments to a soul?
The source is the beginning of all of us. Yina yashase. Memfa source no entoto nsu poho. Originally, yenya etedepo. When a little is fetched, it becomes a soul. A mission is assigned. We are given a timeline. The source is not as benevolent as we have been thinking it is. Dabi. To ensure balance, the source is all good or evil. And in between, or your bar, or your being, or your bufra, or your pain, or your tinting, or your titia, no way affair, or your chair, sabi, or the perfect manifestation. Now, see, after the same nature, you will see embodiment of all these things happening. Until now, there, a baby to a baby, need divining. So when you are a bona until now, you are only when I care for best travel to go. It today a baby, oh, Cassie. Na namba mo bi baye diban ma bi mo sabi odoma ko no se no aso eye de onyim oye onyim nto bi oba wiase obetro do kan ba buan krofo o so ba wiase oh wa ko ma no 2 seconds obebu no fine boy ondia damnete nse wotumi hu se This is why you came. Mafutu in there. Pursue it with all your strength.
Oh, yeah, I'm robber.
Do it. And I'll tell you why. It is to ensure perfect balance. Me catch out there. The greatest threat to humanity is universalism. The ye never pede obia be papa. A bonny. It's a sin.
Yatia say ye pese ye hu at what measures a dear benti na universe ne be fechi ne hu bi. Say onko say ade ono ankasa waye. Adenti na universe ne be fechi ne hu bi so on onko say emba owo obuo kese de ma. That is what we want to know. At what point and na universe ne be fechi ediso no be no that job and for what?
Made in Kenya to ensure perfect balance. Ade beche, ade besa. It weda ade chen na ade sa.
So he's killing people a perfect balance.
T. Missing there to ensure menka do obi ankokon bi o. Se ka do obi ankokon bi dia, then the balance no e betia no. Na menka de mama obi ankokon bi. Me che de won kra bia ikita wusem no. Se wutumi hu. Na won kra bia ne se obeye papa yekosi ase. Obedi bona yekosi ase. Aye den de o chine betia ase. Anything that you do that goes against the soul, it disturbs the soul, it disturbs the source. Remember example. Assuming we decide that we will tame all carnivores, right? We will tame all of them. And somehow you find a way to make them eat herbs. What happened? Recently, Zimbabwe. I think Zimbabwe was one of the countries close. On my parents in there, when they were hunting down some animals, their population was controlled. Then they brought some kind of foreign support, say they shouldn't kill those animals for, sports and stuff like that. Now the animals have outgrown their manageable population. They are asking that country to come for some. When we got here, we felt say white is all good, so everybody must wear white. Black is all good, so everybody must wear black. Red is all good, so everybody must wear red. It cannot be so, because the source is the manifestation of different colors. So if your color is pink, why must you be forced to wear red? As soon as you do that, it will disturb the original person. It better disturb you, and to disturb the source.
We want to understand why the source should fetch part of him, and at what measures. No, because wo kona koye am robber, wo kona koye murderer, wo kona koye a thief, you. Papa, we want to know at which, like, denti na bema wayesa demre and obeyesa.
Assuming everything is okay, naturally there are people that will have those symptoms and be like that. Naturally, if everything is going pepe, you give birth to children, they are kleptomaniac, children they are liars. It is part of the system. And then because whenever we are confused, we should go back and look at how nature exhibits itself. It will only eat animals on a particular season. Nature no born. The zebra will ask the same question. Why must my children become meat or food to the lion? Why can't the lion eat its own children? But let's look at something. The lion will not give birth to plenty children in its entire life. Ejambambo. Ejambambo 10. Hardly. Someone say Jamba out 5 mbo. Hardly. 2, 1, 3. Because some will die. Why? Because nature needs to say there. I will let the herbivores give birth more. The weak, the old, they will become food. It can say no that.
Matthias here, they are okay now. Now, what we want to know is at what point now the source,
yeah.
Obefa Maame Grace. Now, also Maame Grace, shum. Kwati akuma. Now, I want to know what will warrant that.
When there was imbalance in the system, for example, a lot of women are doing good to men, but men are not appreciative. A big problem in society. The source must correct it. Interface, the kind of buffo to know, not like buffo in terms of your buffo no. Obi boss man so the part no be manifest no. Be manifest to be or put them thing in order. obesi obabi obodo na ma under that mo se na odo no wan do no so obunya me kwase I keep saying this thing, if we don't take care of nature, nature will take care of itself. Nature na wono enye nipa o. Nature doesn't need human being to do anything for it. So nipa answer ya there, nature will thrive perfectly. So nipa da saying, so answer ya there, nature will thrive perfectly. Remember an example. Sebo oria boa. Sebo kuma boa ko no win. Na so me a onidi bio. Onfa kan ko se feed mo. Onka dende menya mboa menya zebra 5 nti me kunya ko se feed na o tene me menye bia tabi. Odi nde o me wa men.
Bible say mo nwenje di o chi no be di odi so.
Ko so bi ni feed. Ngukofun, mpontifun, ngwaifun, nentufun. Etum de nam se feed ma e said na ko to achen. That's where the problem of imbalance start coming in. We have to dose animals to overproduce. Imbalance. In the why you be twisting, come. Now purge no ho. In an attempt to restore the balance.
You are watching the biggest. Teacher say the ayeye no na supreme being no te ho na ono so auto dame. Ti ohun se nkrofo we omu bu mba ne kwase a no wa pia ma omu bebu mema kwase a se mungo tu omu kana imbalance. Is that it?
Sir.
And the obi aye bia ye ma nye.
Se wo hu se sa na se obeye dia it was a win, sir.
So that's it.
But se we hu you see the issue is that most people don't know why they are here and what they are doing.
So that's what I'm saying. So let's assume. But say yambo obi so ombeye robbery na onim so say obewi ate say obeye robbery but but or ye ede na be ma na ye because ade ne ye ni yamfa mbo no ebe den wa manifest ade ayamfa mbo no ana bronsam so take kakra tale so wokwan so
bronsam ombem kra me for bia mesim is bronsam no ombem ni bronsam o in source no tie ye wo enkrabia na ye wo sebre so impe hu no ho a the person will do things that on his oye and it's sebre no they won't krabia you're missing your assignments and your faith o sebre the other side of you failing to accomplish your mission. So there are some that are supposed to be very pure, but because they've not found themselves, they'll be otherwise.
That's what I'm saying. The Supreme Being has created Maame Grace.
Sir.
Sir, otete akoma. Una okan inti na me use enu. Na mabasa asi so menye otwetwetirifo. Otete akoma na otwetwetiri de fa ye fa ne sa menye
unya wi.
Menye wi.
You're not a thief.
I'm not a thief, but me tete akoma enne me ma na akoma na me tete rough.
Sir.
Eno na odi abo me na ewo me mu. E ba ne sen na fa wi ni so abeka hu ye no ya fa ambo me.
And I will say, when you are coming, you are giving two things. It's like a soldier going on a mission. You are giving your mission to be accomplished and the challenges that will occur to you if you don't accomplish those missions. Into faith and a destiny and yadekro, even though they are intertwined. You want crabia and your destiny, what you are here to do. And your faith, the things that will go abaya when accomplish it with destiny. Into one who say, obey we are. That's how we are supposed to say, Metiakuma, not Metuakuma, and natural and normal.
Obi be sukura wati.
Because that is what you are here for.
Atetenkuma.
And in fact, you'll be rewarded for that. Say, Chin Oko fear, Obu Abaso.
Hey!
So what Bujuma?
So what is Akuma?
Sir?
Na dia wan ye na wan ye obi so de o te ne ho saa so ono so e.
But Obrabio.
Oye ono so aba oye ewi. Ba ono a onye ewi, ono so ontete akoma, onye hwe no ane so ote we no so e.
So you realize that those people know their souls and their bodies will be conflicting every time. When you're careful, a bit is adrenaline. When the soul is very loud and the body is very loud, the confusion will happen in the mind. There are a lot of people that are going to those states. The mind and adrenaline kasano, wake us, omoye. And when the soul is very strong, sometimes it will start causing physical havoc. What's our say buguno? Anything you are doing now, any in alignment, you know, depending on the is how important your mission is, it will destroy it. In an attempt to say or draw water and say, go look for yourself and find out what you are supposed to be. The more you resist, the more destructive it will become.
enti se obi abetumi ehu ono ane ho say me sade way na me pese me nye. Is there a way to know yourself?
There are many ways.
So give us those
in fact, Mamika went there. Made in say the greatest threat to humanity is universalism. In the main meka de be able to nanka say akosha no it's impossible. Why? Because obi wan so nusa, obi no so nyi. Into the so no maturity level no and your ability to correspond with the source na bet wow not me who you are supposed to be. 1 2. Even when you go for divination, and as I could be say ombo na hwe ho a source 9 say they reveal only a part of you to the person. The greater part is hidden. Okay. When purpose name no ho. Then me kind no. In the beginning you already knew yourself, but not the things of this world. So you can begin to ask your own self, who am I and why am I here? If you can do this consistently for a while, and if your soul is matured enough, it will start picking up the signals. You will know. Okay.
So the soul comes from
the source.
The source. So the brain and the body, what does these two also come from?
Oh, they are accompaniment of the physical world. Nobody we are here, and the body and the brain, they are part of it. Yanka will say the soul exhibits certain characteristics. For example, if the soul is very intellectual, it means that like a soul, it will have the capacity to acquire knowledge, retain it, and reproduce it. So what was born so like it more be no born a wabon who say what the body structure, the mind, and the physicalities no, it must correspond to the soul na ebano. Obia what wanna say obeya okufu what's any bone structure obehu his willingness to fight men can be any faith so bekon that be obia any crab say I'm here to fight bekon won no bekon tedi din fatana e better wakona no. So the body, the soul, the mind would all conform to the soul because in its original state in the sign of say the soul must be the loudest, the mind follow, then the body will come afterwards.
So at which point any soul no, any body no, any mind no, nyina be active together? At which point any soul no ebe dwelling in this body? You see, the soul is from the source, the brain and the body is from here.
Yes.
So at which point, at which angle, at which size, and which one of them will be, and like I mean, then join us, yes.
So when the mission is assigned to the soul decides who and who will bear me into this world. That union, when fertilization happens, that formation, no, the soul need can register. So how me pray? In the soul na eba no, onim say say eja kwame na sister ama no bo na one pick the da. So when they meet and they form, whether the soul will be the firstborn, the secondborn, the thirdborn, or the lastborn, the soul picks all these things. And I mean can be you. And your soul be na all that specific in picking those things. So go what are some man and why ready? Mami bia oba wono. Hafa bia oba wono. Mami bi ko dia graba kakra wa ko wono. One planning. Now also be also they will specifically choose a particular man and a woman that I want the union of these two people become my embodiment. One yaka for home. The monk of Fabian Obesia, the man who always claimed that he didn't know what he did, but the woman be pregnant. Because I select them, union say, the union am here. So when the body begins to form in the womb of the mother now, the soul dictates how the mind and then the body are formed. But so maybe you ask no.
Now or no detecting no about shame. So are you superior over the mind and the body? Or no decide this or befa way into omo decide okay so omo me ensa no image we are eba ne sen and I will say body no to me di soul no so eba ne sen na adwene ni to me di soul no so because they are in alignment. I chose you to come and dwell with me and come and walk with me. So at which point a day ne trigger a day ne man to me ma the other part and so di ne boss so no ebe di ne so now is there somebody that is controlling the two that is not from the source, like a coincidence be wo. Like you got 3 questions media boom.
Because until onim you know one what
we one the amount.
Into my mechanic. The body and the mind didn't go into agreement with the soul. So not say you be pray her. You be 2-bedroom house. And I want a 2-bedroom house. Amano. And so I'm not better say I'm painting white, pink. And this white and pink is the aesthetics of the body. And the soul is the master of everything. And the greatest weapon of the soul is knowledge. Because in its original state, now when it appears here, there are certain factors that happens on the physical side. One, parents. When a child is here to be a politician, and unfortunate enough, they have made a certain vow, say, the parent, without knowing who the child is, will begin to dictate to the child how he should live his life. I often even say, medical school, or my allowance, we are a member for me, bread my home. Some families will tell you that we are lawyers. Once you are born to this family, you must be a lawyer. Without recourse to why the child is coming. We are self-fed. It all generates on the physical side. We are most of them be 5. So baby. Sabi obi or form so baby. All those things that detected. And when that happens, when you deprive the soul of its knowledge for a very long time, it becomes daft, like a body, or bomb,
timid,
on casa. And listen, your period the soul goes back to the source. Obia. And man, not even necessarily happen at night.
So that's what I'm saying. When the body is knocked off.
But even some people know when they're even awake, the soul goes. Then we can depend on like and listen, the soul goes back to the source to not necessarily complain, but or come a channel. And the soul are on your nejumano, most not qua or what to say on my view.
Into so kokana some or honomoa. Aya embuabi wo the source no betumi aboa na.
Yes.
Okay. Na se ne hu ha wa soul no eba betna body no the communication another arrangement. Yes. What is the arrangement of departure? And now say a time no I mean tell us how the departure looks like.
Obi abiase no or mbere obedu asase so. Until there's a constant standard time for everyone. And yeah, a particular period, say 60 years or so, be a call, that be, will be 30, 25 years. Will be our number 1. 2. The more comfortable the soul is, the more it will be in tune and want to live to it full time. But sometimes, after living to it full time, you know, when you go back to be we can. It's a catch a source and say, oh man, extra. Depend on more, you know, and the relevance of it, you know, woman extra. So name who it is constantly battling itself. That constant battle, no. Why ekobaka ma expectation be maybe I said to na kwem sabe I want to be anko so nya no onya nti no. Some souls will ways that they go back and be reborn. For example, if you are born into a family that don't like politics, then you are supposed to be the next president of this country. Politicians. Yes, because when you were picking that family, no. There are certain expectations that you had. In fact, sometimes even ancestors of the family know they are part of the pact. They also give you the reason that, oh, okay, fine. So okay, but say we media, okwa adibiwa kona question sisi mami. Inte oba na sa okay busun fie na wonti na wonko de mad no ho a one ancestors no ba bedim komo say na what's up? Oba e kwan kwashade na ma
say na nkomo no ye ani di ko e daisum physically and we want to know.
Dasumo physically some people that but obima obewiase no obi anya bibia man say we bu nini waso na so but ote ohun na make say obima oda ne ancestor ba be catch and say oh amos messi me cast mbe oba ye we mam onyai me kai obi o
Now say be more so obi ambie neni amano. That is what I keep screaming to people, that the things you can do, your body is too intelligent. And I want you to hammer that part. Why people can do a lot of things without going anywhere. What will warrant that?
Me can say obi eba no, the assignment na kita no will determine the body obefa and the capabilities of that body. Into Bruma, must be a divine worker. Oba wiase no eso huhum nsem na obo nipa wo hu the mo nipa kono odoman koma no source nim say ohia eni ohia aso obuma we bu ama no owo na no hware. And that is why divination at that time no and protection of that ability no e key no so dem nyame na nkoso a it can be tempered with e hokwa na odoman kono the source na nkasa no be close, because the more things you see, the more disturbed you become, the more dangerous you appear to people. I didn't say we ko hu. Say obeka say wonka. Ati say yeti ere mu ha na obi edibon. Now all of a sudden one day we woke up and realized that the IGP has bought the next house and is living there. There are a lot of people who never be comfortable. Why here? He should go somewhere else. He knows that his presence alone will ensure certain amount of security and that they will not be able to thrive doing what they like to do.
Okay, so say almost say your time no is almost. Me per se me who the departure process no.
Okay. So in panembre so a obenyan kaibo se nembre aso.
How?
That is so no amateur level bia you be told that one kasano even in some days, weeks, month, round up your things, you be going. You will be a request for death. Obi access say me kono onto ntuaso o mefa no so ne be plead to the death aspect. Energy no control death now. If you count man no so no na be made man no. Into no either say omre baso and I say omre so also be requested and as certain circumstances will lead to your departure no. All those things are options available. But the good thing is that the more you find yourself and the more you align with yourself no a better thing. So beka say omre swing me jaw kwan a better thing say so nankasa beka say me kofie. Then say more you know the soul is fulfilled, and when the soul is fulfilled it will reflect in the mind and on the body
and they will live comfortably. I want to know the departure. So let's assume obi ni time aso and now obi ni bibi ankoye nti na opede oko enti so bandama how departure no eba ne saying so no shim not how does the departure?
The soul will make a prior arrangement long before it will leave. Obedin can catch a body himself because there's a communication. The mind will process that information, then the soul begins to live. The soul will live gradually. And again, your ancestors must approve along the line. Their energies say what you to say, and the source must agree. Whatever life you live, when you go back, you are going to account for it.
So, Rebecca Chirano now and one say a baby party like a film.
Yeah. So the soul now begins to choose which appropriate way to go. In fact, there are places those days and I say, and some of say there are people that will even lie in their bed and their soul just go. They are done. But the more so when you them smooth sail now, it can be through accident. I think it be payment pebble oko. So needing kind make arrangements in a majority of so nangasano echo. Makani ye attending who be and I'm training bra ebeko. The more the soul is willing to go. Again, you obviously question themselves, so how can people help themselves? You can help yourself by knowing your soul. So if the soul understands itself, then the things that you need know. For example, you're even going to somebody for help. The soul can tell you that the soul itself.
Instincts, that one there is there.
Not instinct, the soul. As I say, no, they can show it to you clearly. The more you build the soul, the more powerful you become. And you'll be able to my home. It's not the man for this same. It was say, Obi betrade, no be sunyade, Obi bedo, no be didi, Obi yemwa, obia wo nedwuma de bai
be dwuma bia obi yes is linked to obi dia hoye
piafo
cause so bedo ano wadidi a odi bi ba akotonam di okopo no so nti ni che to obi ade ne ho na obi eboaboa ne ho ti yenya ne eboaboa ye ho yenya ne ye so no you are watching the biggest and the largest you wafutuo wo de ebe manipa like last words ne afutuo a wo e de manipa na afi se wo de social media handles aka ho.
Okay, afutuo amoto bia for in there obi an question no, look for yourself and become yourself. Respect nature. Don't be too wise in your own eyes. For whatever we are doing, whether good or bad, if it's your destiny, do it to the latter. If it's not, change from it. What again?
Are you asking me?
Okay, so to conclude, I will encourage all of us to continue looking for ourselves, learning, embarking the journey of consciousness and spirituality. I hope that we all can find what we are looking for. I truly wish that we can find, because it will make us live comfortably among ourselves. It will make it easier to respect nature. And the more we respect nature, the more prosperous we can live our lives. My name is Nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO. I am a diviner, a teacher, and then a healer. So I want to share my Facebook, Nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO. More TikTok, Nana OBEGYINA ODZEFO. Makramu.
Nana OBEGYINA ODZEFo, Mankra.
Hey.
What do you know about Ghana? You're teaching Ghana, Ghana.
Do
you know about it or you don't know? You are watching the biggest and the largest. Yo, thank you so much, Nana. We do appreciate you, Papa. Yeah, appreciate you. Na me kame percent crofo enti ase said dia obi soul e kasa kire na na said dia binum ha ye wo automatically no omo wo ani na titiri obi wo ho kware obi a ni kunu no epe ma asem na enu nti osi o jai na ware ya ka there are a lot of people are almost subi no mo no untumi enchange no se bi beda won nsemu a na onu nim no ho na wuwu nim ho a you are able to help no obi ani obi nhia accidentally obi ani obi hia because the source no has approved it inti mo mayen working we ye ho let mo mayen working on ourselves so we are able to dwell among ourselves peacefully na ye tenase asumdue mu na ye appreciate obi asinto a eno na bema universe no so I appreciate it and we are so no aye a better place for us to live wonhumu obi nye bone obi nye papa ye nim nyame ye nim brunsam we are we